Hey guys, welcome back to another Entitled Parents video. In this episode you will see how it's like going out to eat with an entitled mother and much more entitled stories. Sit back and relax and hit the like button if you enjoy. So I'm 20F. I am a dog groomer. Been one for almost 5 years. The big thing is dog grooming is reputation, quality, and time management. Yesterday we were expecting a girl to come and attend to try out as a dog groomer. She was promising. 23 or 25 years old. Worked as a dog groomer at other places. She didn't show till 4:30. No call. No nothing. She apparently had a hair appointment and friends from out of town came in so they got their nails done. She asked if she could groom now. I said no. I don't think so. When she pressed I said, and I might be a jerk for saying this, we don't want or need you. There's no need to reschedule your tryout. I went back to get my last 2 dogs done. Apparently, she cried and I was starting to feel bad. Now time. Her mom came in this morning demanding we give her a second chance. I told her your daughter was 6.5 hours late. That's not something that works in dog grooming. Emma replied, she was with friends. I'd think someone your age would understand that. Me not when there's a job interview. She didn't call or anything. At this point, I was ticked and over it. I have 5 dogs to get done. She said, well, there was no reason to make her cry. I said I disagree and got back to work. Apparently, she stayed up there and demanded we give her another shot. As head dog groomer I said not gonna happen. She left eventually saying her daughter was too good for us. Little details: I'm a white male, 30, brown hair, brown eyes, short beard. 6 feet. Story: I had just sat down next to the window on a flight to New Mexico State. That was about a 2 hours flight. I'm generally very laid back and have a go-with-the-flow attitude. Recently the limit on spaced seating has ended on coach flights, allowing everyone to sit next to each other when wearing masks on short flights. I have 2 empty seats next to me. Seats are assigned but generally attendants can allow the switching of seats if warranted. Entitled mom walks down the aisle with entitled kid, stops at my aisle and turns to look at me. I look over as she seems to be sizing me up. I kindly offer the window seat, as what doesn't mean much to me could easily mean the world to him. I honestly am not sure if either of them heard me, as her entitled kid instantly out of nowhere starting crying in crocodile tears and created a tantrum about sitting in the window seat. I once again offered my seat and began to stand up. Entitled mom, paying no attention to entitled kid, began giving me the I'm a mother tone and berating me for making her precious entitled kid cry. I'm a terrible man that needs to learn to respect women and children. Attendant makes her way over to see what entitled mom is shouting and entitled kid's crying is about. Entitled mom begins again mentioning I disrespected her son and herself and that I should be removed from the plane. I've kept my mouth shut as I'd very much like to make it to my destination. The attendant asks me if it's true what she claims. In short words I reply a simple, no ma'am. The attendant then asks me if I'd like to switch seats. I agree, and as we start to walk away entitled kid jumps to the window as if he wasn't crying a moment ago. Entitled mom once again demands I be removed from the flight. The attendant looks back and replies, ma'am, if you raise your tone to me one more time it will be you who is removed from the plane. That shut entitled mom down quick. The attendant asked me to follow as she lead me to a seat in business class. I thanked her and asked how many times she has found herself in this situation. She said, honey, I've been doing this for 20 years, I run into this every other flight. It's best to just switch a seat and diffuse the situation than let it play out. She walks off. I got to enjoy my first time in business class next to a window. For a bit of petty revenge at the end of the flight, generally coach is the last to exit, but I asked the same attendant if I could wait until coach had passed before exiting the plane. The attendant knew exactly what I wanted and said to take as long as I needed. Entitled mom and entitled kid started by the aisle I sat in and I mentioned with a smile that I hoped they had a pleasant flight. Entitled mom gives me the biggest frown I've seen and exits the plane. Attendant gives me a pack of nuts as I left the plane, and I have much more respect for what attendants deal with daily. I've read about these stories multiple times and I've honestly doubted some of them. Never again. Alright, my mother has some hypochondriac traits. She will have a new disease now and then, always self-diagnosed, and she will call for an ambulance if she's so much as constipated. A sprained ankle is always broken, and a stomach ache isn't due to all the painkillers she's self-medicating with, but OFC it's a hidden heart attack because she read on Google once that could be a sign. Anyways, she's lactose intolerant when it suits her. She's actually had the test and it came back negative. Okay, so it's my birthday and she wants to go to a nice restaurant where we live. It's a weekend and they're as usual very busy. We get there and she gives the server a long lesson about her lactose intolerance, and how she could die if she accidentally gets some with her food. The server takes our orders. Anyways, our food is taking a bit of time, they're packed and frantic. So she's calling the waiter over, asking how long we need to wait, and the server explains that in order to cook her food they had to clean the kitchen. Completely emptying their stovetop, cleaning every utensil and so on, so halting the entire service to make sure her food does not have any trace of lactose. We get our food and it's amazing. As we finish they ask if we'd like dessert, and my mother orders chocolate truffle. The waiter stares at her, saying that's chocolate and basically made of lactose. My dear mother says, well, it's okay to cheat for a good dessert. The look on that poor waiter's face, a mix between wanting to snack my mother and getting teary-eyed. She took the order though and came back with our desserts. Never been more ashamed in my life. I never went back there. So this happened in about 7th grade. At my school, they have this thing called aftercare, which is where you can hang out if your parents have to work late or something. My friends, Matt and James, name switched, were listening to Slipknot, metal band if you don't know. This is where things get juicy. Me, drumming along to the song Eyeless. Entitled Kid, hey, can you please stop the music, I don't like it. James, sure, no problem. About 30 minutes later when the kid is getting picked up. Entitled Mom, you need to turn this music off right now. We had started it again. Matt, what? Entitled Mom, you need to turn this music off right now, it is scaring my child. Me, but he is leaving anyways. Entitled Mom, that doesn't matter. You shouldn't be worshipping the devil in school anyways. Matt, how is this worshipping the devil exactly? Entitled Mom, who is starting to get frustrated, it is just screaming and noise. James, well, sorry, they don't have as much talent as Taylor Swift. Which is sarcasm because all of Slipknot are extremely talented. Entitled Mom, well, it is very aggressive music and Entitled Kid doesn't like it, so turn it off now. Cool ass teacher, what is going on here? Entitled Mom, these boys are worshipping the devil in school. Cool ass teacher, is that true, guys? Dubois, no, not at all. Cool ass teacher, what are you listening to? James, Slipknot. Cool ass teacher, oh cool, I love those guys. Told you she was cool as fuck. Entitled Mom, it is devil's music. Cool ass teacher, ma'am, you need to calm down, it is just music, these boys aren't doing anything wrong. Entitled Mom, fine. Come on, Entitled Kid, we're leaving. I know it isn't as crazy and extreme as other ones here, but it still pissed me and my friends off. Edit, holy shit, this exploded. And thank you for Silverkind Stranger. So the title explains itself. Characters, me, my bratty cousin D and his mother aka my aunt, A. So my cousin is the brattiest person you'll ever meet, he demands he gets, that's how he was raised. Before I start, let me stress that I played football for many years, not professionally, but I do have skill. So it begins. D is very spoiled and rude, then again he always were. That is due to how he was raised by his mother, whereas his father is a sound individual. D often throws a tantrum when he does not get his way, not only that he swears and tries to hit everyone that is within his reach. When my aunt denied his request of playing soccer inside the house, he told her to shut up. Now my aunt works as a nurse during the COVID outbreak, something I highly respect, and was back very tired. It was reasonable to deny that request, right? Wrong. D started throwing a fit and swearing and all of that. D always liked playing football, I'd cry, but he always wanted to win. Eventually he got his parents to sign him up to play in a football team. D hadn't even been there for a whole year and he had started bragging about his victories and skill. We often played together and I let him win because I couldn't be bothered to play for real. Every time D scored a goal he would make highly unprofessional remarks such as, wow, either you played on a team longer than me, and wow, you're bad at this, and yeah, that is what skill looks like, or that's what you get. It was on I played for real, giving him no mercy. He couldn't even touch the ball, and after he saw he couldn't win he started crying. Then I got a call from his mother A yelling and demanding that I let her son win. Fat chance lady, I wasn't gonna let him even touch the ball. His mother A was shouting the whole time that I let him win and giving bullshit excuses as to why I should let him win, he is your cousin, or let him score, he has no experience. Long story short, I didn't. I hope he learned his lesson, which I highly doubt.